Hello viewers, welcome to our channel Career Prep. Ranking test questions are most commonly asked in the logical reasoning section of all major government exams, especially banks, insurance, SSC and railways. This topic is considered to be quite important and every year a number of questions are asked from this topic. In this video, we'll solve a few problems on the topic ranking test. Before we start, please subscribe to our channel. Also press the bell icon to get notification as soon as we post a new video. So let's start. Here are a few important formulae related to ranking test. Now, if you ask to find the total number of persons in a row in a ranking test question, then use this formula. Total number of persons in a row is equal to a rank of person from upper end or left end plus rank of person from lower end or right end minus 1. 1 is subtracted because that particular place is counted 2 times. Now, if you know this formula, then you can find the rank of person from upper end or left end or the rank of person from lower end or right end as the question demands. Now, rank of person from upper end or left end is equal to total number of persons in a row minus rank of person from lower end or right end plus 1. Rank of person from lower end or right end is equal to total number of persons in a row minus rank of person from upper end or left end plus 1. So if you know this one formula, then you can find either total number of persons in a row or rank of person from upper end or left end or rank of person from lower end or right end as the question demands. Now, in a few problems in ranking test, there is an interchanging of positions. In such cases, use these two formulae to solve the questions. Total number of persons is equal to initial position of one person plus interchange position of the other person minus 1. New position of second person is equal to difference in the two positions of first person plus initial position of the second person. You will understand the usage of these two formula better when we solve problems on interchanging of positions in ranking test questions later on. Viewers, memorize and be perfect with these three formulae because the easiest method to solve problems on ranking test is by using these formulae. So please memorize and be perfect with these three formulae. Sam ranked 9th from the top and 38th from the bottom in a class. How many students are there in the class? You're given 4 options and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. Now it's given that Sam ranked 9th from the top. This means that there are 8 students who are ranked higher than Sam. It's also given that Sam ranked 38th from the bottom in the class. This means that there are 37 students who are ranked lower than Sam. So the number of students in a class is 8 plus 1 plus 37, which is 46. So total there are 46 students in the class. Now you can solve this problem using the formula. Total number of persons in a row is equal to rank of person from the upper end plus rank of person from the lower end minus 1. It's given that the rank of person from the upper end is 9. Rank of person from the lower end is 38. Substituting these values in the formula, we get total number of persons in a row is equal to 9 plus 38 minus 1, which is 46. So there are 46 students in the class. So the correct answer is option C, 46. A class of boys stands in a single line. One boy is 19th in order from both the ends. How many boys are there in the class? You're given four options and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. Now it's given that one boy is 19th in order from both the ends. This means that there are 18 boys uh, before this boy and there are 18 boys after this boy. So the total number of boys in the class is 18 plus 1 plus 18, which is 37. So there are 37 boys in the class. Now you can solve this problem using the formula. Total number of persons in a row is equal to rank of person from upper end plus rank of person from lower end minus 1. Now it's given that the boy is 19th in order from both the ends. So substituting this value in the formula, we get total number of persons in a row is equal to 19 plus 19 minus 1, which is 37. So there are 37 boys in the class. So the correct answer is option A, 37. Nitin ranks 18th in a class of 49 students. What is his rank from the last? You are given four options and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. Now it's given that Nitin ranks 18th in a class of 49 students. So this line represents 49 students and Nitin is ranked 18th in this class. So if we subtract 18 from 49, you will get the number of students who are behind Nitin in the in rank. That is 49 minus 18 will give us the number of students behind Nitin in rank. 49 minus 18 is 31. So there are 31 students behind Nitin in rank. We are asked to find Nitin's rank from the last. So Nitin's rank from the last is 31 plus 1, which is 32. So Nitin is 32nd from the last. Now you can solve this problem using a formula. Total number of persons in a row is equal to rank of person from upper end plus rank of person from lower end minus 1. Now it's given that the total number of persons in, in a row, that is the total number of students in a class, is 49. Rank of person from upper end is 18. That is the rank of Nitin from the upper end is 18. Rank of you have to find the rank of Nitin from the lower end. Now substituting these values in the formula, you get 49 is equal to 18 plus rank of person from lower end minus 1. Rank of person from lower end is equal to 49 minus 18 plus 1, which is 32. So Nitin is 32nd from the last. The correct answer is option C, 32. Rajan is 6th from the left end and Vinay is 10th from the right end in a row of boys. If there are 8 boys between Rajan and Vinay, how many boys are there in the row? You are given 4 options and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. Now it's given that Rajan is 6th from the left and Vinay is 10th from the right end in a row of boys, and there are 8 boys between Rajan and Vinay. So the number of boys in the row is 6 plus 8 plus 10, which is 24. So There are 24 boys in the row. The correct answer is option A, 24. In a row of boys, if A who is 10th from the left and B who is 9th from the right interchange their positions, A becomes 15th from the left. How many boys are there in the row? You are given 4 options and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. Now this problem is about the interchange of positions. So use the formula total number of persons is equal to initial position of one person plus interchanged position of the other person minus 1. Here we know the interchanged position of A. So we'll consider the initial position of B and interchange position of A in the formula. So the formula now becomes total number of persons is equal to initial position of B plus interchanged position of A minus 1. We know that the initial position of B is 9th from the right. Interchange position of A is 15th from the left. So substituting these values in the formula, we get total number of persons is equal to 9 plus 15 minus 1, which is 23. So totally there are 23 boys in the row. So the correct answer is option A, 23. In a queue, Amrita is 10th from the front, while Mukul is 25th from behind, and Mamta is just in the middle of the two. If there are 50 persons in the queue, what position does Mamata occupy from the front? You are given 4 options and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. Now it's given that in a queue, Amrita is 10th from the front and Mukul is 25th from behind, and Mamta is right in the middle of Amrita and Mukul, and totally there are 50 persons in the queue. So now we know that there are 10 persons in the front since Amrita is 10th from the front, and since Mukul is 25th from behind, we know that there are 25 persons here from in the queue. So 10 plus 25 is 35. Now we know that the total number of persons in the queue is 50. So the number of persons between Amrita and Mukul will be 50 minus 35, which is 15. Since it's given that Mamta lies in middle of these 15 persons, her position is 8th from Amrita. And since Amrita is 10th from the front, Mamta will be 18th from the front. So the correct answer is option C, 18th. In a queue, David is 14th from the front and Jack is 17th from the end, while Mary is in the middle of the two. If David is ahead of Jack and there are 48 persons in the queue, how many persons are there between David and Mary? You are given 4 options and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. Now it's given that David is 14th from the front and Jack is 17th from the end, and totally there are 48 persons in the queue, and Mary is in the middle of David and Jack. So since David is 14th from the front, we know that there are 14 persons in the front, and since Jack is 17th from the end, we know that there are 17 persons from the end in the queue. So 14 plus 17 is 31. Now we know that the total number of persons in the queue is 48. So the number of persons between David and Jack is 48 minus 31, which is 17. So there are 17 persons between David and Jack. Now it's given that Mary lies right in the middle of David and Jack. That is, Mary lies in the middle of these 17 persons. That is at the 8th position. So Number of persons between David and Mary is 7. So the correct answer is option A, 7. In a class of 180, where girls are twice the number of boys, Rajesh, a boy, ranked 34th from the top. If there are 18 girls ahead of Rajesh, how many boys are after him in rank? You are given 4 options and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. Now it's given that Rajesh is ranked 34th from the top and there are 18 girls ahead of Rajesh. So number of boys up to 34th rank will be 34 minus 18, which is 16. So there are 16 boys ahead of Rajesh. Now we are asked to find how many boys are there after Rajesh in rank. Now it's given that there are 180 children in the class and girls are twice the number of boys. Girls are twice the number of boys means if there is one boy in the class, there will be, for every one boy in the class, there will be two girls. This means that out of every 3 children in the class, one will be a boy. So out of 180 children in the class, the total number of boys will be 180 divided by 3, which is 60. So total number of boys in the class is 60. We know that the number of boys ahead of Rajesh in the class is 16. So the number of boys after the rank of Rajesh is 60 minus 16, which is 44. So there are 44 boys after Rajesh in rank in the class. So the correct answer is option B, 44. If Aman finds that his 12th from the right in a line of boys and 4th from the left, how many boys should be added to the line such that there are 28 boys in the line? You are given 4 options and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. Now it's given that Aman is 12th from the right in a line of boys and 4th from the left. So obviously the number of boys in the line is equal to 3 plus 1 plus 11, which is 15. Now to have 28 boys in the line, the number of boys to be added is 28 minus 15, which is 13. So 13 boys have to be added so that there are 28 boys in the line. Now you can solve this problem with using the formula also. Use the formula total number of persons in a row is equal to rank of person from the left end plus rank of person from the right end minus 1. Now we know that Aman's rank from the left end is 4 and Aman's rank from the right end is 12. Now substituting these values in the formula, we get total number of boys in the line is equal to 4 plus 12 minus 1, which is 15. So now there are 15 boys in the line, but to have 28 boys in the line, the number of boys that have to be added is 28 minus 15, which is 13. So 13 boys have to be added so that there are 28 boys in the line. So the correct answer is option B, 13. Mahesh is ranked 16th from the top and 29th from the bottom among those who passed in an examination. 6 boys did not write the exam and 5 failed in it. How many boys are there in the class? You are given 4 options and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. Now it's given that Mahesh is 16th from the top and 29th from the bottom among those who passed. So number of boys in the class who passed is equal to 15 plus 1 plus 28, which is 44. It's given that 6 boys did not write the exam and 5 boys failed. So total number of boys in the class is 44 plus 6 plus 5, which is 55. So there are 55 boys in the class. Now you can solve this problem using the formula also. Use the formula total number of persons who passed is equal to rank of person from the top plus rank of person from the bottom minus 1. It's given that Mahesh's rank from the top is 16 and his rank from the bottom is 29. So substituting these values in the formula, we get total number of persons who passed is equal to 16 plus 29 minus 1, which is 44. Now it's given that 6 boys did not write the exam and 5 failed in the exam. So total number of boys in the class is 44 plus 6 plus 5, which is 55. So there are 55 boys in the class. So the correct answer is option D, 55. Ravi is 7 ranks ahead of Sumit in a class of 39. If Sumit's rank is 17th from the last, what is Ravi's rank from the start? You are given 4 options and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. Now it's given that Sumit is 17th from the last and Ravi is 7 ranks ahead of Sumit. So Ravi is 24th from the last. That is 17 plus 7 is 24. So Ravi is 24th from the last. It's given that the total number of students in the class is 39. So number of students ahead of Ravi in rank is 39 minus 24, which is 15. So there are 15 students ahead of Ravi in rank. So this means that Ravi is 16th from the start. You can solve this problem using the formula also. Now it's given that Sumit is 17th from the last and Ravi is 7 ranks ahead of Sumit. Now 17 plus 7 is 24. So Ravi is 24th from the last. Now it's given that the total number of students in the class is 39. So use the formula total number of students is equal to rank of person from start plus rank of person from last minus 1. We know that the total number of students is 39. Ravi's rank from the start we have to find out and Ravi's rank from the last is 24. Substituting these values in the formula we get 39 is equal to rank of Ravi from the start plus 24 minus 1. So rank of Ravi from the start is equal to 39 minus 24 plus 1, which is 16. So Ravi's rank from the start is 16th. So the correct answer is option C, 16th. In a row of 10 boys, when Rohan was shifted by 2 places towards the left, he became 7th from the left end. What was his earlier position from the right end of the row? You are given 4 options and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. Now it's given that the number of boys in the row is 10. And Rohan's new position is 7th from the left. We are asked to find Rohan's earlier position from the right end of the row. So if Rohan's new position is 7th from the left, this means he is 4th from the right. That is, Rohan's new position is 4th from the right. Now it's given that Rohan was shifted by 2 places towards the left. So when Rohan was shifted by 2 places towards the left, his new position became 4th from the right. So his earlier position was 2 places to the right of his new position. That is, his earlier position was 2nd from the right. So the correct answer is option B, 2nd. In a row of girls, Rita and Monica occupy 9th place from the right end and 10th place from the left end, respectively. If they interchange their places, Rita and Monica occupy 17th place from the right end and 18th place from the left end, respectively. How many girls are there in the row? You are given 4 options and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. Now it's given that the earlier position of Rita is ninth place from the right end. And after interchange, Rita's position is 17th from the right end. It's also given that Monica's earlier position was 10th place from the left end, and after interchange it is 18th place from the left end. Since Rita and Monica interchange places, it means that Rita's new position is the same as Monica's earlier position. Now we know that Monica's earlier position is 10th place from the left end. So Rita's position after interchange is 10th place from the left end. It's also given that after the interchange, Rita's position is 17th place from the right end. So Rita's position after interchange is 10th from the left and 17th from the right end. So number of girls in the row is 9 plus 1 plus 16, which is 26. So there are 26 girls in the row. Now this problem can also be solved using Monica's position after interchange. Now since Rita and Monica interchange places, Monica's new position will be the same as Rita's earlier position. Now we know that Rita's earlier position is ninth place from the right end. So after interchange, Monica's position is ninth place from the right end. We also know that Monica's position after interchange is 18th from the left end. This is given in the question. So now we know that Monica's position after interchange is 18th from the left end and 9th from the right end. So the total number of girls in the row is 17 plus 1 plus 8, which is 26. That is, there are 26 girls in the row. Now this problem can also be solved using the formula total number of persons is equal to initial position of one person plus interchange position of the other person minus 1. Now you can solve this using either the initial position of Rita or the initial position of Monica. You'll get the same answer. Let's first solve using the initial position of Rita. So total number of persons in the row is equal to initial position of Rita plus interchanged position of Monica minus 1. We know that the initial position of Rita is ninth place from the right end and interchanged position of Monica is 18th place from the left end. So substituting these values in the formula, we get total number of girls in the row is 9 plus 18 minus 1, which is 26. So there are 26 girls in the row. Now let's solve this problem using the initial position of Monica and interchanged position of Rita. So we know that the initial position of Monica is 10th place from the left end and interchanged position of Rita is 17th place from the right end. So total number of girls in the row will be 10 plus 17 minus 1, which is 26. So again we find that there are 26 girls in the row. So the correct answer is option B, 26. Mohan is taller than Shyam but shorter than Ramesh. Ramesh is taller than Rajat but shorter than Gautam. If Shyam is taller than Rajat, then who is the shortest among all? You are given 4 options and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. Now the given information can be written like this. Mohan is taller than Shyam but shorter than Ramesh. This is the first expression. Now it's given that Ramesh is taller than Rajat but shorter than Gautam. This is the second expression. It's also given that Shyam is taller than Rajat. This is the third expression. Now combining the first, second and third expressions, we get Gautam is taller than Ramesh, who is taller than Mohan, who is taller than Shyam, who is taller than Rajat. So of all these five boys, Rajat is the shortest. So the correct answer is option B, Rajat. A gets more marks than B but less than C. D gets less marks than E but more than A. If C gets less than D, then who amongst A, B, C, D, E gets the highest marks? You are given four options and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. Now the given information can be written like this. A gets more marks than B but less than C. This is the first expression. D gets less marks than E but more marks than A. This is the second equation. C gets less marks than D. This is the third expression. Now combining the first, second and third expressions, we get E gets more marks than D, who gets more marks than C, who gets more marks than A, who gets more marks than B. So amongst these five, E gets the highest marks. So the correct answer is option A, E. Pearl Towers is taller than Sky Towers but shorter than Unity Towers. Unity Towers and Cyber Towers are of the same height. Pearl Towers is shorter than Indus Towers. Amongst the buildings, which is the second shortest? You are given four options and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. Now from the information given, we know that Cyber Towers and Unity Towers are of the same height. Also, Pearl Towers is taller than Sky Towers but shorter than Unity Towers. This is the first expression. Now it's also given that Pearl Towers is shorter than Indus Towers. This is the second expression. From the first and second expressions, we know we can come to know that Cyber Towers, Unity Towers, and Indus Towers are all taller than Pearl Towers. Only Sky Towers is shorter than Pearl Towers. So we can conclude that Pearl Towers is the second shortest. So the correct answer is option A, Pearl Towers. Hitesh, Sunny, Vicky, Nitin and Bharat are arranged in descending order of their height from the top. Hitesh is at third place. Bharat is between Nitin and Hitesh, but Nitin is not at the bottom. Who has the maximum height among them? You are given four options and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. Now from the given information we know that Hitesh is at the third place. Bharat is between Nitin and Hitesh but Nitin is not at the bottom. So Nitin is at the top. So and Bharat is between Nitin and Hitesh. So Nitin, Bharat and Hitesh's position are clear now. But the position of Sunny and Vicky cannot be identified because no information is given about that in the question. So the fourth and fifth position can be occupied by either Sunny or Vicky. From all this given information, we come to know that Nitin is the tallest among the five boys. So the correct answer is option D, Nitin. Viewers, please go through this video till you have understood the concept. Practice more such problems to improve your speed as well as to understand the concept clearly. Please do watch the video on clock-based time sequence test for solved problems on the topic. If you have liked this video, please like, subscribe and share this video. Thank you.